It was described as one powerful jolt followed by several seconds of shaking.
Went boom, and then everything just went boom, like boom, boom, hit the ground, right? I was like, oh my God, Lord, please let this die. I don't want to die this way.
Like an earthquake.
Large tremors of this magnitude are uncommon in Australia.
Geologists say the quake is the largest in Southeast Australia since the 1800s.
A state already in shock, shaken again. The tremors echoed as far away as Western Australia and Tasmania, as well as Sydney.
It felt like the whole building was rocking from side to side, like I was on a boat. I thought I was dreaming.
Aftershocks could shake Victoria for weeks to come after a record-breaking earthquake.
A rude awakening. So powerful it shook the earth.
Oh my God.
Several buildings and a hospital were evacuated in Melbourne. The Australian Broadcasting Service breakfast presenters were still in the studio when they felt the tremor.
Oh, I've never had an earthquake in here before.
Shaking live on air.
Jesus, this is quite disturbing.
It is actually. It's still oh my God.
On the Westgate Bridge.
Holy Oh, this is scary. Everyone's stopping.
And much closer to the epicentre near the high country town of Lucola, the ski field shook at Mount Buller. Snowboarders and skiers whooshing right through an earthquake.
Looked up, clear sky, thought it was a helicopter, and then realised I think it might have been something a bit bigger.
A 4.3 magnitude earthquake
Breaking news, a 4.3 magnitude earthquake rocking Southern California this evening.
With the epicenter in the city of Carson. By 8:30, #earthquake was the #1 trending topic in the country.
Describing it as a rolling feeling building up to a strong, powerful jolt. And then they say it just ended after that jolt, maybe about 5 seconds, and that was it. But it was felt from Ventura County all the way down to Orange County.
A violent 4.3 magnitude earthquake struck Carson just before 8 o'clock. This is the moment the quake struck from inside the 7-Eleven at Avalon and 223rd in Carson. And from inside the T&B barber shop, you can see the jolt hit, sending folks outside. Next door, they were in the middle of a pole dancing class.
It was a loud boom.
Folks even as far away as Long Beach seeing the glow, the orange glow in the sky.
Now, an ongoing volcanic eruption on the Spanish island of La Palma has intensified. Firefighters were ordered to retreat as a new vent opened up in the side of the volcano.
For the first time in half a century, the Cumbre Vieja volcano erupted.
This element of Mother Nature will change the landscape forever.
Lava pouring in multiple directions, ash raining down across the island. Explosions heard all night, and then this, right when we were streaming live.
What was that? The noise coming from the volcano. It sounds like, I don't know, 20 fighter jets taking off right now.
These are the strongest forces of nature at work in a spectacular...
This is a disaster movie in slow motion. The lava keeps crawling towards the sea. Spain's tourism minister sees an opportunity.
It can be heard for miles. It's been like this for almost a week.
Homes that once enjoyed views of this island's impressive volcanic landscape are now being smothered under it. The relentless downhill creep of molten lava burns its way through anything it touches. The eruption follows a week of tremors, but nobody's seen anything like this on La Palma for half a century.
Mira, mira, mira cómo cae.
Look, it's falling, the man says. Another house destroyed.
It's angrier today, smouldering and spewing on La Palma. It descends. For a tiny island, this is some disaster.
Right now, out-of-control wildfires are raging across California.
13 major fires are burning in the state.
And what hasn't been burned by flames has been spoiled by smoke, turning daylight in Los Angeles into a neon night.
Nearly 6,000 acres have been charred since the fire began Wednesday. Further south, crews held back another wildfire burning in Sequoia National Park. The world's largest trees, some now wrapped in flame-repelling foil, were once considered naturally fireproof thanks to their 2 feet thick bark. But today's megafires, fueled by climate change, are burning hotter than these giants can withstand on their own.
It seems like the Earth's been shaking lately. A lot of seismic activity across the globe. If you look at the recent quakes in Melbourne, here, in Crete, is the activity a coincidence or is something bigger happening beneath the surface?
Would you expect this to have a knock-on effect on the food chain or on the way that they're
I don't think you can possibly tell, at this stage, because I suspect a weather-orientated thing.
We're looking at the puffins. Some of these were just very emaciated.
Well, that would suggest that they're not finding food, wouldn't it? Yeah. Basically,
or a disease. Or a disease.
It might be a disease. Yeah.
But we don't. Would you think at the moment this is contagious? This is something that birds can pass on to birds?
I don't think you can possibly tell that. No.
Earthquake this morning in Santa Rosa. Did you feel it?
That's the question. Did you feel it this morning? That 3.4 earthquake hitting near Santa Rosa. This happened around 5:45 this morning.
And you can see light shaking reported all around Santa Rosa and even as far south, it looks like it's San Francisco and even in Berkeley, people are saying, I felt something kind of move.
We like to talk about it when it's a small one and it doesn't hurt anything and it doesn't cause any damage, but it's just one of those wake-up calls.
It is just absolutely incredible to really see the lava pouring into Halemaumau crater. And Christine, as you mentioned earlier, no threat to the public.
And to Hawaii, where the Kilauea volcano erupting again, the U.S. Geological Survey elevating the alert level, confirming new activity near the summit of the volcano on the Big Island and watching developments closely.
Lava cascading from an erupting volcano on La Palma in the Canary Islands has reached the sea.
This morning, as lava pours across Spain's La Palma Island and into the sea, toxic gas now threatens this popular vacation destination. As you can see here, when the red-hot magma reaches the cooler water, it causes these massive clouds of white steam to billow into the sky. In those clouds of steam, toxic chemicals, which can trigger acid rain, and they irritate the skin and eyes.
Volcanologists had predicted that there would be an eruption, but had not anticipated its magnitude. They say since this all began, the island has increased in landmass. It's as if Cumbre Vieja, with this eruption, is pulling the island of La Palma out of the ocean.
It's easy to focus on the scale and frankly the spectacle of what's happening in La Palma. But each new eruption leads to more destruction.
The volcano erupted 11 days ago and prompted thousands to evacuate as the lava threatened their homes. And this morning, over 740 buildings have now been destroyed and more than 1 square mile has turned to ash. Just days ago, we witnessed the tremendous power of this volcano.
The thing that really strikes you is the noise. Just listen to that.
And now explosions still rock the island. Residents unsure if more cracks in the earth will open up and release more dangerous magma.
Geologist Professor Dougal Jerram joins us now from the UK. Dougal, good to talk to you again. Can you explain what is going on there?
Yes, Michael, it's an amazing time. We're seeing essentially the birth of a volcano. We're able to watch it sort of come to life, but also then, unfortunately, it's now devastating some of the communities in the area, and it's actually made it all the way to the sea.
Now, this volcano created quite a disaster zone, as we're seeing in some of the vision there when it erupted 9 days ago. Just back on the earthquakes, I mean, that major fault line of the San Andreas fault in California, you said earthquakes are much harder to predict than the volcanic activity. Can experts predict the next big earthquake?
Well, San Andreas is a real different beast. I mean, that's actually on a plate boundary between the Pacific and the North American plate. It's on a big transform fault, so a really big strike slip fault. It goes for over 1,000 kilometers. And clearly we know that this is a breeding ground for earthquakes. And there was the the amazing one in 1906, which devastated large parts of San Francisco. There was one in 1994 in Los Angeles, and I think the last big one was in 2004. So we know that there's pressure building up all the time along this fault. So it is due to have another earthquake. It's just knowing exactly where and when is a difficult process to try and monitor.
There's always something interesting happening in the world, and you're always across it.